Good morning from a super special Saturday episode.
Supersized Saturday episode with
We're,
the couple's couch.
Yes, with the couple's couch, where Tyra is smizing all the way. And all are these couples, Splitsville, USA.
Ooh.
All this today on your super special, supersized Saturday small business Saturday episode. How many S's can we get in there?
As many as possible,
Yeah.
preferably.
Snakes.
So snaky.
Good morning.
Good morning, beautiful. How are you?
I am pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've gotten a lot done this morning.
that's good. You've been like the Energizer Bunny for real.
No, Saturday mornings really are. Like Thursday through Saturday, I feel like I hit my peak in like morning productiveness.
Yeah.
And so, this morning we went to, we'll talk a little bit about last night. We got sushi.
Ooh, delicious.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
We had a glass of bubbly.
Well, we also have been MIA, so we should address that too.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Go for it.
No, you go ahead.
No. Slide it away.
Slither on.
Slither.
So yeah,
Do your windy slither.
The windy slither down the steps. So yeah, it's been good. We've just been really busy, frankly. Like super booked and blessed.
Mhm.
Glad about it, but it's just been been a lot.
We both had separate work things yesterday, and it was just like I needed to get some things done and like focus.
Mhm.
You needed to get some things done, focus. We just we had lots to get through.
We did it though.
We did it, and we're here, which is why we're giving you a Saturday episode, is because we were so busy.
Yes.
We were busy, and ta-da, and
Yeah, so it's kind of atypical, but it's fun. Like we've never done a Saturday episode. Like,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a fun morning, and we get to go live with you. So hello, hi, how are ya?
Howdy.
How are ya doing, Habersham?
How are you? But yeah, so we had sushi last night. It was really delicious.
Yes.
We did also have some bubbly, which was delicious as well.
And then we laid in bed and went to bed, and it was fabulous. And Tanner,
I KO'd.
I woke up with like the TV still playing at 11. I was like, oh God, no.
What were we even watching?
The baking show.
The baking show. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of it. I literally got into bed and said, you can watch that. Have fun. Like,
Good luck.
Yeah, I'm like, I love you. I'm so glad you're here. See you later.
That's fair.
And
then I fell asleep.
He fell asleep. And I woke up, Tanner was like this, because Tanner sleeps on his back really well. So he was like, he was literally like this. And I was like, this man is in my bed with the TV on. I look out the door.
Yeah.
All the lights are on. Stuff is everywhere. So it was fabulous. Honestly, I'm really thankful that you fell asleep and were just able to knock out.
Yeah, it was nice. I literally don't remember going to sleep. I just woke up kind of stressed, fully clothed in our bed. No recollection of how I'd gotten there.
I could feel him shifting, and I go, what time is it? You're waking up for the first time.
And it was like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was fun. A little adventure. So then I had to go put in my retainers. I didn't have on my bonnet. There was a lot of
I know. I tried to wake him up at 11. It was 11:09 to be precise. And I was like, baby, wake up, because you're going to, I don't know if y'all can see this, but Brooks is trying to get into
the
Hi, baby. You can in just a second. I told Tanner, I was like, get up, do that. And he went, no. I said, where's the remote? I need to turn off the TV.
Yeah.
That's what he does. Like,
done.
And so I found the remote, got the TV off, told Alexa to turn off the stuff. I got stressed.
She's really testing fate this morning.
I was testing fate. This is multiple times. And so so we just had a lot to pick up this morning, but it was fabulous. And Tanner always picks up before bed, so I love it when he actually relaxes and doesn't do all of the chores before bed. And I'm really thankful that he does the chores before bed most nights.
Right.
But it's nice when you just relax and can KO a little.
It was great. It was great. And that sushi really hits the King Super Sushi or
oh my
Kroger.
Gosh, it's so good.
It's so good. It doesn't make sense. We do the ponzu sauce with ours.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer that over a soy sauce. It's just a little lighter, more citrusy,
yes.
Not as heavy or salty.
No, I do. I really like the ponzu sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to
get into our Splitsville episode?
Yeah, let's get into our Splitsville Super Saturday Splitsville USA episode. Oh my gosh.
You can see us now. I can see it now. You couldn't before.
In or out?
Yeah. So if you can't see this, if you're not watching on YouTube, you should be. But Brooks Ann is trying to make his appearance and get under the blanket with us.
He literally was being annoying. He's figuring it out, but it's okay. So if you hear all this feedback, that's Brooks.
And the clanking of the straw because of Brooks, yes.
Yeah. And he can't get where he wants to be, so he's even more upset, but he'll be fine. Okay. Anyway, so let's jump into it.
Let's do it. So what I read over the weekend, a lot of stories about Splitsville. And while we were on our little hiatus, Chance the Rapper and his wife, I'm sure you probably saw, they called off their marriage of 5 years. Sad to see.
It is. It is sad to see. And you know
what else is sad to see?
What?
I saw some photos of him a few years ago with other women. I didn't love that. So I'll just leave that there. I don't know what the reason for their separation is, but I have questions.
We have questions, but he said he wants to keep it private, quiet, yada, yada, yada. Mm-hmm. And you know what? Respect to you, but also
But whenever you release an album, let's be quiet about that too.
Well, evidence is evidence. I just have to, when something's out there, evidence is evidence, and evidence speaks for itself. And while we might not know the whole picture of a story, we can put pictures together. And honestly, we are always creating narratives in our head.
Definitely.
So you have to be aware of that when people are constantly creating things in their head. Yeah. It is sadly part of American celebrity.
It is part of the industry and American celebrity and the culture for sure.
I can only speak on American celebrity, but Harry seems like he can do whatever he wants.
Harry
Styles.
Oh.
No, just Harry Styles. And do you see this growth on my lap?
If you can't, it's Brooks.
It's Brooks trying to figure out what he wants to be.
So yeah, they're getting divorced, and that's sad.
It is sad.
Because I think they have kids.
And I hope Kirsten's okay. Kirsten.
We're on your side.
We're on your side, always.
Always. The other one that is, they're not getting separated.
Mm-hmm.
Haley and Justin.
I hear about Haley and Justin every 3 seconds. So it does suck that somebody's always questioning your relationship. But in my head, I was thinking about that line where he's in somebody else's song and he goes, Ibiza, my visa. And he's also talking about Selena Gomez. And then he says something and then my visa. Hailey Bieber is the reason he has a visa.
Oh, true. I forget he's Canadian.
Yeah.
True.
Bieb's Canadian.
He is. Well, forget.
Yeah, he doesn't give Canadian.
He really does not. Because I think of Canadians, I think of nice. Whenever I think of Justin, I think of cool, which doesn't usually correlate to nice in my mind. It can, but with him, I just think, oh, he's cool, whatever. Yeah,
actually, speaking of just nice people, Coloradians, just native, some of the nicest people I've ever met are people that are native to the Colorado area. Yesterday evening, we met some people that were native to the area. You got to do some business for them. And they were just the nicest people. And I always remember that people that are native. I used to work with this girl at one of my previous jobs, and she is from Boulder, and one of the nicest human beings I've literally ever met. Yeah. Just genuinely kind. For sure. I'm thankful for that.
No.
There's a lot of transplants here, but
so many transplants, and that's it's a funny thing too, because on their cars here they'll have Colorado native. They're very proud of it too.
Yeah, when they should.
No, definitely. And so anytime I meet new people, I'm always are you a native? Just because it's a good little icebreaker. Because if they are, they love to talk to you about it. And if they're not, then you can talk about where you came from. So hot tip.
Yeah. Are you a CO native?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Justin and Haley, they always talk about heading for divorce for them. And honestly, let it rest. Let it rest. I actually like them together as a couple.
Well, who do you think the insider is that spoke out about this? Do you think it was her dad?
Haley's boyfriend. I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh. I don't think she has a boyfriend. But it might have been her dad.
I did hear a rumor that she had a millionaire boyfriend.
What's a millionaire?
I'm sorry, billionaire boyfriend.
Oh, okay. I'm so what? He has $1 million. Bieber has hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yes. Well, I think she does. She has a couple mil, I think, now.
I'm sure she has her Rhodes thing and the lip gloss case. I guess the girlies like that. I prefer a pop socket because it is more eco-friendly, or not eco-friendly, but it's ergodynamic for me.
Oh my gosh. Oh, what? Yeah, no, but it is. I think it's still. What was this about? There are special challenges that folks who have visibility also. I don't know. Yeah, probably her dad. Her dad is just so messy and a little culty. And a little culty, I mean a lot of culty. And don't we all know Hilaria Baldwin? And if you don't, go listen to Anna Roisman. Cool, yes. Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm just saying the Baldwin as a whole. Yeah, Baldwin's as a whole is culty. Just in my opinion from the outside.
Yeah.
I mean, we have Tampon Gate.
Oh, Her sister.
We have Billy Baldwin and just in general.
Right.
We have Alec Baldwin. We have Hilaria Baldwin. I was actually going to say go watch Anna Roisman's TikToks on Hilaria Baldwin.
So what you're saying is Hailey Bieber is like the most low-key Baldwin that's afoot?
I think she tries to get out of it.
Hmm.
I don't think Hailey needs to be. Well, yeah, her middle name is Hailey Baldwin Bieber, right? Like technically, like she dropped the name, but
yeah,
you always got to do that in celebrity. What if it ends?
Well, that's true, I guess. What if it comes to a close?
Yeah, I don't know.
Someone that we did talk about, was it last week we talked about Rebel Wilson? Or was it this week? I literally don't know. The weeks have gotten away from us.
I think we talked about her either last Friday or like early in the week.
Okay, well, we talked about her recently, and as we discussed, like she's releasing a memoir, and as she's doing so, she's like,
Pinot Noir. Every time I hear
memoir,
the R, Pinot Noir, mid-sized car. Anytime I'm sad, I think about that. It makes me so happy.
That's so cute. I don't think about it as often, but I do love Titus and that song. So
how many times a week do I sing that clip?
You do kind of bust, just as you did now, just bust out into Pinot Noir.
It's pretty often.
Pretty regularly.
4 times a week.
Yeah, 4 times a week. But Rebel Wilson is giving us a lot of information because she has her memoir coming out. And this has allegedly led to the separation of Sacha Baron Cohen and his wife, Isla Fisher.
I love her.
I know. She's so pretty.
She's stunning. You know what? And she's in that movie that I like to watch. And I don't watch movies.
Okay, that's fair. I don't either.
I'm going to pull it up real quick. But you keep talking about this, and then I'll talk about why I love this movie.
So, if you don't know, hi, moms. What was kind of alluded to in her memoir was that Sacha Baron Cohen was not nice to her on like a set of a movie that they did together years ago.
And wasn't he like sexually inappropriate?
It was, yes. It was like sexually
assault.
Yeah. From what she wrote, I would say, yeah, definitely.
Like allegedly. And I'm just speaking on that. It's like things that I've just heard because I actually didn't read the article, but like I do like stand with women.
No, for sure. And like
and victims.
And yeah, and for sure. So she has now, his wife, Isla Fisher, Sacha Baron Cohen's wife, has allegedly decided to separate and potentially divorce Sacha because of this news coming out. Like she doesn't want the heat. And she's like doing it to protect her own image.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can understand that.
Then you know what? Great. Protect your own image.
Yeah.
You stand by this man enough.
He didn't protect you whenever he was allegedly sexually assaulting someone.
Exactly. He wasn't thinking about you. He was thinking about women. He wasn't thinking about his kids and how, like, no, he was thinking about his own ego. And so absolutely not. This is all alleged, but absolutely not. Like if that's the actions you're taking, you're not thinking about anyone else, but your own ego and your own drive and your own power.
Yeah, that's a problem. So yeah, I could see her wanting to distance herself from him for sure, but it's interesting.
It is interesting. I'm still trying to figure out the name of this movie.
Oh, that's okay. I've honestly forgotten that. That's what you were doing.
Oh my God. Now You See Me. That's what it is. I love Now You See Me.
Okay. I've never seen it.
I think you have. We've talked about it. I think you've always talked about, you see the bits and pieces of it, but you never finish it. I watch it, like it was on actually one time when I was in LA in December without you. It calmed me down and like put me right to bed. I was like, oh, a nice comfort movie. Now You See Me. The plot twist really shook me.
Okay.
It's old.
It's on Max, it looks like. So if you want to check it out, if you have a Max subscription, you can probably watch it there.
Watch Max. Thank you. Thank you, HBO Max, for not sponsoring this segment.
No, literally, but you should call us. Yeah, is that kind of all you wanted to talk about with the Splitsville stuff?
Well,
or I mean, with Sacha Baron Cohen of it all?
Yeah, the Sacha Baron Cohen of it all. Yeah, I'm interested to hear but thinking about Rebel Wilson's book of this, though, she's given us so many clips. It's kind of like the Britney book. Like, what are we going to learn that is new?
Right, by reading it, probably nothing.
And I learned a couple of things about, honestly, I just like empathized with Britney. I didn't feel like I learned new things when I listened to the Britney book. Let me be clear, I did not read it. When I listened to it, I felt like I empathized with her more, but I didn't feel like I learned new things. I felt like all the juicy bits like came out. Okay. It was just like I could feel like honestly like the pain of somebody else's writing of her life.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's just interesting to me that Rebel would, I mean, I guess that's a good way to sell a book, right? Like give us all of the hot information up front that'll get people to buy it. And then once they get it, there's maybe a couple things new, maybe nothing, or maybe you feel empathetic for them or whatever they want you to feel. But why she's doing her own press tour right now though,
yeah,
right?
She's doing her own press tour, so we're seeing her everywhere. Actually, I think she was on Watch What Happens Live this week, which we did not watch that episode. We don't really watch What Happens Live when it's a celebrity.
Yeah, it's usually kind of
I prefer Bravo celebrity.
Yeah, because like they don't really know what's going on. They'll give like weird opinions, and I'm just like, I don't know that we needed them here.
No,
they weren't invited to the clubhouse.
We're not invited to the clubhouse.
Yeah,
you don't know anything about the clubhouse.
You don't get to come.
Yeah. And speaking of couples, not in Splitsville though.
Who?
Well, Nicole, Richie, and Joel Madden.
Oh yeah, they were spotted out at her movie premiere, right?
Yes, they were spotted out at her movie premiere, where she made her kids made their red carpet debut.
Cute. They were cute together. I like to see them all out as a family. I thought that was really sweet. They did do that for her movie. She's doing a remake of Don't Tell Mommy the Babysitter's Dead.
And who was it put on by?
Tyra Banks' production company, Smize.
Smizing.
Yeah.
Smile with your eyes. Honestly, I learned how to smile with my eyes more from Stassi Schroeder. Her book really coached me up on that.
Did she give credit to Tyra? Of course, probably, right?
Probably. I don't know. I don't know if Tyra and Stassi were on each other's radar like that.
Yeah, because I'm like, Tyra did create the Smize. Like, there's no denying.
Yeah, Tyra kills us with the Smize. And honestly,
she didn't create it, but she coined it.
Yeah, well, and she just like, yeah, she like really like, that's where like we first saw it. And I'm like, oh, how do you do that? But hearing Stassi talk us through it, I was like, oh, and Tyra honestly could have talked us through it on ANTM, but I don't know.
Hot take. Because that became such like a iconic phrase. Yeah, like it became part of the culture. Like Smize, we know what that is. Do you think Paris Hilton's trying to do that with Sliving? And is anyone buying that?
I think she is trying to do it with Sliving, but it feels like fetch.
No,
it's not going to happen.
Sliving it sounds nasty. I don't want to be sliving.
No, because it sounds like slimy to me. The SLI words.
Or like
slime, slick.
Oh, no, it's
sliver. Yeah, it has like a negative connotation to it.
Maybe if we got like one of those, like if we got everyone to sign like a ban, she would maybe delete it from her vocabulary.
I don't think she would. I think that would just like strengthen it for her.
Well, maybe that's the push she needs.
Okay. Call her people.
Start a petition.
My people will call your people, Paris. I'm a big fan of all of your work.
Yeah.
I had the Paris Hilton perfume. When she apparently has over like 68 perfumes or something. It's more than 68, I think.
Yeah.
But she has so many perfumes. I used to have one like in middle school that I got from like Fragrance USA or something.
Fragrance USA? Was that like in the mall?
Yeah.
That's cute.
I want to go back to this whole thing though with Nicole Richie, because I'm still not done talking about the fact that Nikki Fresh is back, which is apparently, do you know about this? Because you watched The Simple Life.
Yeah, I love The Simple Life, but what's Nikki Fresh? Is that from The Simple Life?
Well, it's like her rap name, and she's like been rapping about bees recently.
Oh, you showed me this, and I was actually mortified.
Yeah.
It was really weird. Didn't you think?
It was so weird, but also I was just like, okay, it pop off. Like it's just so. Oh yeah, it was a reality TV show. Nikki Fresh was a reality TV show, is what it was.
Oh no, that never came across my desk. I don't recall.
It was a Roku original.
That I never had a Roku until you.
And I never had a Roku until you.
I have it.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't understand. Apparently, but it's free on a trap music artist who makes eco-conscious choices. Well, maybe she's gonna come back through. Maybe she's coming back through.
Like, is she trying to give us like Gwyneth though, like health? Like, what does that mean? Healthy choices.
She talks about saving the bees in her video. Okay. So
she's just like kind of like a do-gooder now.
She's a do-gooder.
Well, the world needs more though. So
well, it's good for her to be doing the press right now, because then they're not talking about her sister who is pregnant with the CEO's son's baby who's in the Diddy lawsuit. Yep. So
it's good press.
It's good press.
Oh, I saw her dad was there, Lionel. I love to see him afoot too. He's so tall, and I like to
Lionel is adorable.
Yeah, and I love to see him with his girls. Like I'm just like, I bet he's the best dad.
I know. I do. Dads, do you think he's a dad? Like he's a dad?
No, he's literally a dad.
He's like.
The girls still call him. They're like, Dad, what do I do about this? Like,
yeah, no.
And he's like, okay, baby, this is what we're gonna do.
That's what I do with Jay every week.
Yeah, he's literally a dad. Someone that I read is not a good dad.
Who?
This morning, whenever I was wide awake at 3 a.m. well, him, but on the Daily Mail, there was this article about Kamora Simmons' daughter.
Oh, yeah. I've already heard whose house runs house was not a good dad, and that apparently they were together when she was really young. And what does all that mean? Question mark.
Well,
allegedly.
Well, the littlest, they're not twins, but they have 2 daughters together, Kamora Simmons and Russell Wilson.
Run's house really had me shook when he used to be tweeting from his bath at the beginning.
Wasn't he bigger than 2? I swear, did he get kind of skinny? He's skinny now.
I do feel like I saw some man nipples.
Yeah, I felt like he was a little bigger. Not the point. Anyways, not Russell Wilson. That's the football player, right? Or is that his name?
That's the football player.
What's this man's name?
Russell Simmons.
Thank you.
It's Russell syllables.
Yes, Russell Simmons. He was married to Kamora Simmons, and they had 2 daughters together. One is just now barely 19 or 20. She's like very young. She was seen out in St. Barth kissing a 65-year-old millionaire.
Ew.
I was disgusted. I was mortified, so I had to keep digging.
How old is she?
To dig, she's like 19. She's a baby.
Oh, that is so sad. It just makes me wonder what happened to them, because I happened to marry Kate Olsen too.
Literally, this is where
I was watching Sarkozy this morning about them.
Yes. Then the daughter, I keep reading the article. The daughter is talking mad crap about Russell. She said that he has allegedly like dementia, or he's like really mean. She posted a screen grab of him like yelling at her. She no longer allegedly chats with him because he's just so hostile with her. And so like whatever's going on there, good luck.
Yeah, no, and they've been feuding for over a year. Like
the mom posted on her Instagram, Kamora, she said, "You will not do this to my babies. Like, you're nasty."
No, absolutely not. I love a mom who always because Russell Simmons had a lot of power.
He was, yes.
I don't know, still, he definitely set the culture. Run DMC, hello. But setting the culture and still actions that happened in your home or that you've perpetuated,
yeah.
She drew a line in the sand and I appreciated it.
I wonder if we can find her TV show. She used to have a TV show, a reality show. It's really great back in the day. I wonder if I would feel the same now.
Yeah, I would want to watch it. Was it part of Run's house?
No.
Because she had she had her own
her baby fat stuff.
Yes, and all her clothing company and everything that she did. Oh,
yeah.
She.
No, I love Kamora Simmons.
No, and then her and her girls, just stunning human beings.
Stunning, but I do have concerns about this little baby kissing a 65-year-old man. That's cringy.
Yeah, it is.
Nasty. Ugh. Anyways, yeah. So that he's not a good dad. Apparently, I say all that to say
he's allegedly a long story long. He's allegedly not a good dad.
Unlike Nicole's dad.
Nicole.
Richie.
You know who else I like as co-parents a lot?
Who?
Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck. They look like Jennifer Garner looks like she has coached Ben Affleck up. I just can't imagine Ben Affleck coaching himself up. But I feel like Jennifer Garner, that's why she's not with him all the time. So she doesn't be coaching him up all the time. But apparently they have a really good relationship. And they're really great co-parents. And I love hearing that.
Think about that Beyonce line, I raised this man, I raised his kids.
Right.
That is her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, for
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yes.
Switching gears a little bit, something disturbing that I read on the Daily Mail.
Yeah. Oh.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, go ahead.
No.
Okay.
There's been a study done about bandaids.
Oof.
So what they found is a top watchdog agency found that chemical fluorine in over 24 different bandaids that are found in millions of medicine cabinets around the world.
Yeesh.
Yeah, so it's pretty kind of scary because if you think about it, you put it directly on usually your cut, right? Mm-hmm. So you put a Band-Aid on a cut and then those forever chemicals and things are going directly into your bloodstream.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of terrifying.
It is, yeah. And it's from PFAS. And this also came up with Thinks. This came up with the Thinks underwear, PFAS being in them and transferring. Yeah, it just always makes you wonder what the heck is in our stuff.
Yeah, it's really scary because we as consumers are so quick to just trust.
Yeah.
Band-Aids, they've been around for hundreds of years.
Absolutely.
We're not questioning that.
Well, and we're trained to trust them.
Right.
As well, because they're a household name. It's Johnson & Johnson. But what if we look about it at the history of Johnson & Johnson? It's not pretty. No. Go research it. And what they have done to people, especially, I believe, marginalized communities and people of color.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So.
For sure. And but I also can't I'm not in the place in my life where I can overcorrect and not use things either. So I don't know what we do. I don't know what the answer is.
Half the time I don't use a Band-Aid anyway. Half the time I just look ragged.
That's fair.
I mean, sometimes if it's bleeding, what do you do? Bleeding love? Which Jesse McCartney, actually, tangent
time.
Did you know Jesse McCartney actually was on the writing track with Ryan, what's his name, that like writes all the songs from One Republic? I think that's what it
One
is.
Republic.
Yeah, I think so. Jesse McCartney wrote Bleeding Love too.
Really? The Leona Lewis song?
Yeah. That had us all shook as kids.
What happened to her?
You had me open.
Is she okay? Where is she?
That was my best I could do for it.
That was pretty good. It gave a little Reba, but it was
always really Reba. Leona Lewis, I think she's just happy, and I think she has kids. And
Ryan Tedder.
Yeah, Jesse McCartney also wrote on that song though, and he said he was just young and he was backed by a major label, and he wished he would have like spoken up more to like have more like creative pieces in that process. I heard that on a podcast earlier this week, and I also saw Hannah Berner, our giggly swag girly, interviewing Jesse McCartney. So I'm wondering like, what is he doing right now? Because anytime I see people resurface out of nowhere, kind of like the whole Rebel Wilson thing, like what's happening?
What are you promoting? What are you doing? Yeah. No, truly, and that's where I think we're not as trusting. I think consumers were a little too trusting, but in celebrity culture, I always look at them crazy. I'm like, I don't trust anything you're selling me.
I don't either. But you know what? I did love Beautiful Soul. I actually got that for a friend as like a gift for like their 13th birthday.
What a beautiful 13th birthday gift.
I know, it was a beautiful soul. You're the one I want. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was the trash.
Do you hear the trash? The trash is here, y'all. I took it out this morning.
Thank you, Angel. Oh,
yeah.
Goodness. But yeah, so I don't know what the answer is. It's just scary. Like, we do need to be a little bit more cautious about things and like not so trusting. And like these big brands, we need to hold them accountable. How we do it, no idea. Again, maybe a petition.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Because it is like such a systemic issue.
Yes, it's not even just like this one thing, this one company. Like you said, it's even in underwear. It's like in all of these things, these PFAS, these forever chemicals. Like,
it's actually makes me think about who is the place we're supposed to be boycotting this month in April? Not that we buy cereal anyway.
Oh, the people who told us to eat more cereal.
Is that General Mills? Or?
I think it was General Mills or one of the
Kellogg's. CEOs. It was Kellogg's. Don't get General Mills. I will not put you down.
No, General Mills we support.
GM, the GM.
Love ya.
But yeah, Kellogg's went out and said you should just eat more cereal since times are down.
As he makes like millions of dollars a year.
And as like actually like increases, inflation was at like 12%, but they increased their prices to like 36%.
Yeah.
So
it's disgusting.
Yeah. And like there was like a full thing going on about that, about like potentially boycotting Kellogg's this month, especially because the thought process is around quarters.
I love that.
Because like Q1 has just ended, right? And we're at the start of Q2 and you want to see like Q2 go down. So if you hear this, look at your Kellogg's products. Think about how like literally this billionaire man is telling you to eat cereal for dinner as he raised your prices on products that you consume.
Feeding him.
So you can keep feeding him while you're struggling. Yeah. Think about it.
No, it doesn't
just
make
think
sense.
About it.
And I think that the public is good and quick to do things for greed. Like they don't like whenever you're greedy. And I think that they will come through and like make them pay for this. But we need to figure it out with like the chemicals of it all too. Like,
no, seriously, that is so wild.
That's so terrifying. Bandaids. Oof.
Bandaids. Oof. Molly Ringwald.
Okay, yes. Molly Ringwald.
Yeah.
Well, something that I learned is that, well, and probably everyone knows this, but whenever I say Band-Aid, that's not like, I know Band-Aid brand owns like that name, but like they fully took it over. Isn't that kind of crazy?
Yeah.
Like we all call everything a Band-Aid, even though if it's a welly, we're like, it's a Band-Aid.
Yeah. You take it over. It's the branding. It becomes the whole thing. And now, well, there's something to say about building things slowly and taking your time and taking care of your people.
Yeah.
I don't think we really knew about PFAS, but also like, I don't know anything. Like
we're not scientists.
We are not scientists. This is not your science podcast, but this is an informative.
Are we Huberman?
Basically. Do you have girlfriends on the side?
I indeed do not.
Okay, well, praise God.
Yeah, I'm with you most of the day, so that would be impossible.
Impossible.
Yeah, no, if you don't know who Huberman is, hi moms. He has a podcast. It's pretty popular. I think he's like actually a scientist, right?
Yeah, he's an actual scientist and he gives out like lots of health tips. And he was like, there was like an attempted cancellation, it felt like last week of Huberman. Like it was like off with his head because he was like apparently had like 5 women on the side and he was juggling them, yada, yada, yada.
Was he married? Or is he married?
I think
maybe
he was in like a long-term partnership.
Okay.
Maybe he was married. I don't know. All I know is there was like 5 women. So just like everybody's being lied to apparently. But that doesn't take away from me being a scientist.
Right.
I will say that. And a celebrity personality. Now, am I saying you're the person I want my kids to look up to? No. Are you the person I want us making laws for our country? Absolutely not. Like, are you the person that I will listen to find out about how I can sleep better? Yeah.
Right. Well, and a lot of his stuff is more geared towards men anyways.
Exactly.
So it's not really for you, as most science isn't for women, unfortunately.
Sadly, most science is not for women. They just started using blood and tampon testing like this last year.
I actually didn't know that.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
And like, it is what it is. Like,
right.
Do it. Like, we've been using water. They don't even know, like, actually, like, water and that is not the same thing. Like, science is not made. I say all that to say science is not made for women.
It's not. And I don't think that we should be, or not we, but the
future is.
That's right. But the public shouldn't, in my opinion,
I
don't think this is a cancelable offense from Huberman.
I don't either.
To have side pieces, I'm like, okay, that doesn't take away from his science. It doesn't take away from the things that he's telling you. Like, but if you are outraged and you're a woman, I would say his podcast really is not for you.
No, it's not.
Find a woman podcast that is for you about health and things. I don't know of any, but
right. And find a podcast that's geared towards you and health just in general.
Yeah.
But I just like, I think, that's not like, I'm not asking him to help me find moral ground.
No, certainly.
And like, morals are different for everyone. So like, I'm not asking him to find me moral ground. It was just like a health science podcast.
Yeah.
And once again, like you said, his like the studies and things that he talks about, like science is mostly tested on men. Most studies are completed on men.
Yeah.
And so like, we don't even know half the time of like how things affect women, such as intermittent fasting and how that changes all throughout the month, because men's biological clocks restart every day and women's biological things start each month. Like it's like a whole cycle thing, and studies are not completed on that.
Yeah.
I started actually learning a lot about it from like Alyssa Vitti.
Okay. Is she like a influencer? Someone they could find her?
She's not. She is like an influencer per se, but she's actually a scientist that went to Johns Hopkins that like went to like learn about like her own PCOS journey.
Perfect.
She's a women's scientist. So yeah, check out Alyssa Vitti. Like I don't agree with like everything she talks about.
Sure.
But like there is like a lot that I learned from her, and it's actually the reason I quit caffeine. And I feel so much better.
Yeah.
But like I did like a lot of like her protocol pieces to like try and like balance out my hormones, and it helped me lose like a little bit of weight. It helped me like feel just more in control of my body. Yeah. Alyssa Vitti,
love that. So yes, if you want to take that outrage, put it towards forever chemicals in your bandaids, and then listen to Alyssa Vitti.
Yeah. There you go.
Wow. Molly Ringwald. We were going to bring that up.
Yeah, so you're talking about Molly Ringwald, and she says that she reveals that her daughter was conceived at a Studio 54 dressing room in 2003. Now, 2003.
Right.
That's what is so confusing for me.
I guess because if you don't know, Studio 54 was like an iconic club in New York in like the 70s and 80s and all throughout. I think it finally got closed down. I don't really know a ton about it. Like I just know what I know from like the Andy Warhol diaries and things like that. But she did have her daughter there. So I guess it's still like maybe a working club where they like reopened, and she was working there, I think. She was like doing something.
Oh yeah, she was at the Broadway play of Cabaret in 2003.
Right. Okay.
And so is conceived pretty much in that place.
So she conceived her in the dressing room.
We sexually saw Molly recently on.
We sexually saw Molly? Is that what you said?
We actually.
Oh, I was like, no, we definitely.
Oh my God, I didn't know that was Molly Ringwald's husband.
Oh yeah, I don't know who he is.
I feel like I've seen him before on TV too. Like both, like Molly really hit her peak. Like she was just an 80s queen, right?
Literally, 80s queen.
She was an 80s queen.
All I think about her is in Pretty in Pink. Like,
yes,
it's just seared into my mind. Like, she can be anything else she wants to be. She can be in Cabaret. She can have her daughter in a dressing room. I don't care, but she'll always be Pretty in Pink to me.
And she's also The Breakfast Club.
Oh, well, don't know it. I do know it. Yes.
Is this the one? Hey, yeah.
Okay, obviously.
Well, and I think it's like that John movie that's like that. I can't remember that.
They're like on a mower or something, a lawnmower.
Yes.
Before.
And then it's also an Easy A. They like do that one.
Yes.
He comes and gets hurt at the end. Tim Badgley gets Emma Stone. Oh, I love Easy A. How many times a week can I talk about Easy A also? Memories that are just seared into my brain.
Oh, yeah.
I say the big tits thing from her co-star. I can't remember. She's Allie and AJ. Like all the time.
That's true, actually.
Yeah. So, no, but Molly Ringwald was recently in Capote.
Oh, right.
That's
kind of my least favorite character.
Yeah, she was like the least favorite character, but like I think she was meant to be the least favorite character. Like somebody had to play it.
So annoying.
Yeah, somebody had to play it. We also had her back on Freeform back when that show, I didn't watch it all the way through. I was just like, it was so confusing to keep up with for me. It was the daughter that got pregnant. The Birds and the Bees. That's not Southern Charm. Whatever. Molly's been in our faces for a long time, but she's so iconic in the original roles, is what I was just going to say.
What I wish was more iconic was her daughter's name. She named her like Matilda. She should have named her like Studio or something. Like, I'm kind of fuming that she didn't do something like that.
That's actually what I was going to talk about when I saw your note, is that when Tanner and I go on vacation and we go, if we conceive a child on this trip, we're going to name them X. So when we were in St. John, we were like, okay,
Saint,
we'll
obviously.
name him Saint. When we were in New Orleans, when we are in New Orleans, we'll go Nola.
Especially if we have a girl, because it's like a family name for me.
Yeah, it is it's a family name. There's all kinds of ones that we just talk about. And we're like, when we're here, we'll name them this.
Right. Oh my gosh, it's so true. Whenever we were in Texas, we were celibate. No, I'm just kidding.
we hated Texas.
Oh gosh.
No, we actually were, but we hated Texas. We were like, we will bring nothing from this trip.
No. But what did we watch last night? Summer House.
We watched Summer House.
What did you think of Summer House last night?
I thought Summer House was actually so good.
I thought it was so great because Andrea was there. He literally makes me smile ear to ear. Like, every time I see him on my screen, I get excited.
Yeah. He is adorable.
He's funny.
He's so, like, Andrea, because he's like a hot male model. There's something about him. I think it's because of that. I think it's because he's so, like, whatever, like attractive in that way, that he never grew up out of his like 12-year-old boy like kindness. He's like, come here, call me Amanda. Like that's what he did. He like held up Amanda's bag and he goes, my name is Amanda. And like he's just like stupid funny. Like, and I love that. I love just like the energy of like silliness, funniness. Like Andrea's just a good time.
Andrea is a good time girl, and we love that for him. And I love to see him on my screen.
Now, what do you think about like Paige and Andrea having to hug each other?
Having to hug each other, I think they both enjoyed it.
Oh, of course.
We did have this discussion. I would be really uncomfortable because if you don't know, they dated before, so they like have, So like it's just like that's really awkward.
But Andrea's like engaged now. Paige is in like a fully flourishing relationship.
True.
But like
you've seen this person without their clothes on, like
they're both hella hot. Like what do we do?
I know. And they have chemistry.
And
that is just what it is.
And he's funny. And Paige loves funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, Paige also is with Craig, so we're very happy for that.
Obviously.
But yeah, it's wild.
It is wild. What really infuriated me about last night's episode?
Say more.
Whenever Carl, aka Abe Lincoln, had the nerve to ask Mullet Man Kyle, my friend, to be his flower girl.
Oh my gosh. Actually, let's talk about that.
No, literally, we have to.
So I understand the point of Carl wanting to like make Lindsay feel okay about people in the wedding. But you literally officiated their wedding.
He needed to have more backbone in this moment with Lindsay and be like, hey, I hear you, but like, just know he's going to be a groomsman because he officiated my wedding, or I officiated their wedding. Like, we are in the same share house, like we work in the same company. Kyle, we also see is trying to bring him into a business deal for a non-alcoholic seltzer with his company Loverboy. So like he's a good friend to him. And for him to do that was such a slap in the face. I thought it was absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
I just can't even. I'm
impressed with how Kyle Cook is handling his ish.
No, literally.
Kyle Cook, like, well, he might be annoying the ish out of Amanda, which makes sense. Okay. Kyle would annoy the crap out of me as a partner too. And I know that's what she signed up for. And just because you sign up for it doesn't mean you don't have belief that people will change. And also people make these commitments and notions to you that they will change.
Well,
so that's a different story.
But I agree.
I will want to say that Kyle actually has handled the season really well with the whole Carl and Lindsay of it all. He's held back. He's done a lot for his friend because he wants to keep his friend. And I feel like I see that all throughout. It's like, but it was a little funny last night when he was like, you idiots, shut up. Because he wanted his wife to talk.
Yeah, he did go about it the wrong way. He didn't have to say, you idiots, shut up. Like, he could have said, hey, fellas, enough, or something. You know, like, there's a different way to frame it.
And, like, if I was Amanda, like, I wouldn't want to be associated with, like, calling someone an idiot. But I also get, like,
they were idiots.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I wish he would have done, like, a teacher. I'll wait. Like, what's your favorite way to get a room to shut up?
Oh, that's such a good question. I feel like, for me, I don't know. I had to do it a few times, but that was never really part of, like Like, you did it all the time as a teacher.
I do it all the time still. Adults hankering in conversations. That's one of their favorite. Adults are worse than kids in every PD. And
Really?
I love it. Yes, because they're just themselves and they forget how much that they are just like the kids. And that's why I love like leading development and making it like meta in that way, is because adults are just like the kids. They like to talk. I have to go down sometimes and like put my little hand in and go, yeah. Or like I like do the hand. I still like hold my hand up and like I'll like preface it at the beginning and be like, I'm gonna hold my hand up here to like get you to like stop chatting like in person. Like, can you all like do that universal cue with me? Like, you have to have a cue.
Are these mostly in group settings though? Because most of mine were one-on-ones with adults, and so it never felt like I had to like tell them to shut up because it was you and me. You're like, what were they gonna do? Talk to me?
No, yeah, these were like in group settings. Like when I'm leading like multiple people in a room. Okay, like I like try and get them to like be quiet that way. But it makes sense. Like you're in a house, like when we're in a friend group, like what do you just do? Everybody quiet.
That's what we do in our friend group?
I think so, from now on.
Okay. I love it. Is that from Rent?
No, it's from High School Musical. No.
It was giving Rent.
No. Yeah. No, it's from when Ashley Tisdale makes everybody go quiet and stick to the stuff you know. I was the boy that played the cello. In that play.
I forgot you did this.
Mm-hmm. Hi, I play the cello. Like that was literally my line.
You still remember it? Wow.
Of course.
Memory of an Elephant.
It's it was something. Somebody thinks it's cool. Oh, they talked about Troy might think it's cool, but you know what? I play the cello.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, to get us back on track, I was really upset with Carl's decision to try and make Kyle a flower boy, which obviously never comes to fruition, but we get to see it play out through the episode. They're all at like a suit store together. It's really uncomfortable because they're like, what are you?
And I was shook by, okay, that suit store is called State and Liberty. And I was honestly just shook that was the suit store they went to because it looks so Southern to me on the internet.
Okay, yeah,
like State and Liberty.
I had never heard of it.
It's just not very New York to me. It's like what I'm trying to say. State and Liberty. Like I would see Craig going to do something like that. Paige would never let it happen. Like if he was getting married in Charleston.
Right, for sure. No, yeah, no, that makes sense. Like just the name alone does not give New York.
No, New York, which made me think. I'm like, is that where you did yours? And I was like, no, you got yours done at Indochino, which I really liked that one.
Yeah, it was really nice. If you're looking for a custom suit, they're like great and pretty inexpensive. Well, I mean, they're like money, obviously.
Yeah, but it also got to you very quickly. Like because we ordered your suit in December and had it, I think the week before the wedding.
Yeah.
So we got it in 30 days.
Yeah,
it was fabulous.
Fast turnaround, which was good.
Which they actually had their stores shut down for the first 2 weeks of January because of the new year, and so we were nervous. We were like,
"Is it gonna come?" Yeah. Yeah, we were
scared. We're getting married in 15 days. So yeah, that's another little bit. And you know what? So yeah, Molly Ringwald, all of that. I don't even know where we went.
We talked about Summer House is what we were doing. But,
thank you.
Was there any? I feel like that was kind of the biggest piece to me, just like the discussion.
The whole lover boy of the episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really loved seeing Craig and Paige like talk in bed. I think Paige looked like an adorable. Paige looked like a little girl with her hair. Yeah. Like that.
She looked like Boo from that movie.
Yes,
Monsters Inc.
She does. She could definitely be Boo. And she just makes me laugh. I love Paige DeSorbo. I love seeing Amanda on Watch What Happens Live.
Yeah.
She looked so just, yeah.
Yeah, she looked great. She did.
And then, do you want me to close this out with my Todd update?
I want a Todd update. I would love a Todd, actually.
Okay, so Todd update is
Taylor on tour.
Taylor's off tour, but she's about to release her album, and which is the Tortured Poets Department. Yesterday, we got these Apple Music playlists.
Yes.
One for like each stage of grief. Of like one goes with like denial, whatever, depression. Like I don't know the 5 stages of grief off the top of my head.
That's fair.
But a lot of people are really sad about some of the songs that are on there.
Sad? Why?
Because like they're songs that they originally thought were like love songs.
Oh, just based on the name they thought they were love songs?
Well, and just like by the words. So the song Lover.
Lover, like from Lover?
Yeah, the song Lover. Yeah. I think it was like in like the denial part of the
I'm so confused. Playlist. She did this for like her whole catalog?
No, just for songs that she wrote in those times. So actually,
okay, thank you.
Let me do something real quick.
Because I didn't know if that had to do. I thought you were saying she gave us the set list of Tortured Poets Department Society. whatever it's called.
Let me play this for you so you can hear it.
Welcome to my I Love You, It's Ruining My Life playlist. This is a list of songs about getting so caught up in the idea of something that you have a hard time seeing the red flags, possibly resulting in moments of denial.
Okay, so she's like telling you, like, and she's making the playlist, and then like Lover is on that playlist, and people are like, I'm so sad I used that in my wedding, and I'm so sad this. And I just like, I think about this from my queen of capitalism herself.
Mm-hmm.
Can't two things be true?
For sure.
And I think, like, yes, I think, you know, when you're in something, I personally have been like so in the thick of things. I've been like, how's this going to work out? Like, not even in just like relationships, but like in bigger relationships and part of community. And like, you're so in the thick of something, like you can't see the forest for the trees and you're riding this way. And then you realize, okay, that was denial in the end. But when you're in the middle of it, when you're in the thick of it, it doesn't mean all those things can't be true.
Right. No, for sure. Well, I think that's kind of the beauty of music anyways, is like it can mean multiple things to different people. Like it doesn't have to be like a sad song to one person. It could actually be a really happy, beautiful thing for them. And like it transcends, and like the fact that they're mad about this, again, let's be mad about important things, like the forever chemicals in our bandaids.
I don't think people are like actually mad about it. I think
said, like people are like, I used that at my wedding again.
Oh yeah.
What are we doing?
I think they're just confused. And I think that's just like what Taylor likes to do though at the end of the day. She likes to confuse us. And like people, what I've like really thought about this at the end of the day is, do we actually think Taylor wrote the album Lover about Joe Alwyn?
No. I don't know. Maybe.
Is he a third floor with a mansion with a view? No, he lived at home with his mom and dad. Did he light up? Does the city scream Joe Alwyn's name? No, New York City doesn't scream Joe Alwyn's name.
That's why she said goodbye, London.
Because you know what? Lover's never been about Joe Alwyn to me.
Fair.
Lover's about a lover that is somebody that like we haven't seen. We haven't seen it, or we have seen it and it's denied. I just don't think Lover is about Joe Alwyn. Anyway, so I'm just like, y'all are so funny.
Y'all are so funny. I think going back to something I said a second ago, Taylor is the queen of chaos. She even told us, like, in peace, she'll never give us peace. She's going to be chaotic.
Well, and then she put peace on like the track too, and people are like all distraught about that because they thought it was a sweet song. And I'm like, how is that was sweet?
No, these people are dumb.
Like, she's like, will it never be enough? I can never give you peace. Well, obviously, like that's just like that's a devastating part. I think she read it about like the acceptance. That is like the devastating part of a love
fame. Or like I'm never going to be able to give you that, but I can give you everything else. I also read that Travis on the Daily Mail. Travis is ready to spend the rest of his life with Taylor. And to that I say, obviously, you're riding on her private jet. She's a billionaire. Yeah, I'm ready to settle down too, Travis.
I would be ready to settle down with Taylor Swift too. Okay.
Yeah, shut up, Travis.
I would. Yeah. And you know what? Like somebody also said, like the Lover piece, and it's the like the line is like at every table I'll save you a seat, Lover. Well, Joe was never with her at events, and so like they're like, was she like saving you a table at every seat, and like you just not showing up? Joe never came. We only saw them really together at like I think the Golden Globes or something a long time ago. I remember she has her hair back and she's like in like this green and yellowy dress. And we see them like laughing at a table, but I think they both had to be there.
Okay.
It's probably when she was in Cats and he was doing something on something that we don't know about.
That is a dark spot on her record.
I have to
say
it is a dark spot on the record. But yeah, so I think people honestly were just up her butt about not doing any press for the Tortured Poets Department.
Why does she have to do press though?
Because like technically you're releasing an album, right?
Do you think?
I don't think she needs the press. Actually, I was going to say is that like we didn't need these like voice memo things. I think it just causes chaos. And once again, I think it's capitalism and like going to you to listen through all those songs and like really get those streamings up before she like releases the album.
Do you think on the next album iteration, whatever it is from Taylor, will she pull back after this Billie drama, Billie Eilish, like calling her out of her name without saying her name?
I don't know. Taylor's like really good at doubling down.
True.
I mean, the whole jet tweets thing.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so it's probably not.
But I also think she hasn't been doing press for this album is because she was so big. And then like in February when she released the Tortured Poets Department and like how people, I was so excited, right? And I like was at work the next day and like talking to somebody about it and I was thrilled. Like, you know, like, and I was excited. I took pictures of it. Like I was thrilled. My sister was thrilled. Like we were all talking about it. But like a lot of people were like, okay, you're like, you're too close to the sun. And so like, she's been like, pulling back the last couple of months is what they're saying. So we'll see.
So just like strategically pulling back in
Mhm.
order to not give us, and she should, like,
Mhm.
she has been flying a little too close to the sun.
Yeah.
Like, she's Jesus at this point. So
Yeah.
like, it's time to pull back.
Well, and they actually said that was like a theme of her last year. It's like the
Right.
33 Jesus year.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. No, I heard that too from you, actually, which
Mhm.
makes a lot of sense why she wanted to be the Times Person of the Year. During her
Mhm.
Jesus year, she wanted to do all of these things. So I don't even know if she's like really religious like that, but interesting.
Yeah. So
I think she loves a story though, and that's a good one.
she does love a story. Also, like False God was on there, and she just sang that on tour, one of the last ones, and you didn't really know that one, but apparently False God is supposed to be is jazzy, and the Tortured Poets Department is supposed to be a little jazzy, and I really liked False God, so I'm excited to hear the album and hear all the pieces of it. But honestly, I'm just so stuck on Beyonce's album right now still.
Same.
Like, it's literally like the only thing playing in our cars
Mhm.
when we're excited, when we're feeling a little down, when we need a little upbeat. Like, I'm playing Yaya. I'm playing Most Wanted.
Riverdance?
Riverdance. Tanner literally played like Riverdance like 3 times this morning. He was like, bounce on it. Yeah. Bounce on it.
Yeah, so good. So
yeah,
good.
it's just so good. Like, everything about that Beyonce album is just fabulous, and we love it.
We love it.
Do you
And you
wanna
know
wrap it
what?
up?
We love you. We should wrap it up.
Yes.
Take it away.
Well, thank you so much for being here this morning on the Couples Couch podcast. We go live periodically. Be looking on our stories to updates and all those things. It is Saturday morning, where we hope you have a beautiful day. If you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button in the corner. It's going to change your life and make you happier. I know it.
Literally.
And if you're not following us on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, Apple, all the places where you podcast, all the places where you social media, you can find us there. Thanks so much. We love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
It hasn't ended yet.
Oh, dang it. End.
Fabulous.
Okay.